Hi, welcome back. So, in this video, we are exploring some of the methods that can help you to secure your WordPress project most of the cases. It's not fully, but yeah, you can simply save your WordPress from the most of the attacks that uh, unwanted provoked hackers trying to steal some data or try to inject some data from into your website so that they can simply promote their own product and project and something else. Or in some cases, they also try to write some article post to create a backlinks for their particular products. And they do all types of cheap things for that. Okay. So the hosting thing is the another part. You need a secure fully hosting so that it will not be easily to crack it. Okay. But the second part and the important part is also you need to secure your code first. So there is no gain access through your WordPress project itself. Okay. So let's start with installing the WordPress and try to make a secure project. Okay. So let's jump back. Here I have the project ready, set it up. Here I have the files installed. Sorry, files just copy pasted from the WordPress.org. Here you can simply download the WordPress files. Simply click on this. I have simply extracted all the files so that we can easily install it. Okay. So let's go back here. I have the WampServer perfectly working fine. Simply go to the localhost. My project folder name is WordPress. You can do whatever your project name is. Okay. So let's get started with WordPress. Okay. The installation process has been started. So let's continue this. Database name, username, root, password, host, everything else. Okay. Let's go. So our database name is same. As you can see, I have already created this in PHP environment. You can see my database name is WordPress. Username, as we have already understand that most of the cases, the username will be on your local environment. If you are using WampServer, will be root by default, and password will be blank. But I have simply added a secure password for my project as well. Okay, you can if you are not changing anything to your WAMP server, then you don't need to type anything in it because but the by default password of the WAMP server is blank, nothing in it. Okay, but in my case, I have simply set it up. So that's why it is. Environment should always be database host, the local host, and prefix. You need to always change the prefix so that they can not easily guess that. So let me just type this ASBWP. Okay, just to make it difficult to guess. Let hit submit and try the installation process. Run it up. So let's run the installation and give it the site WordPress or maybe secure WordPress installation. Okay, whatever you want. The username would be I'm going to use like ASVWP, sorry, WP not. You can use whatever username you want. So simply just copy this and paste it in anywhere else so that you won't forget it. And password, this just keep it at a safe place so you can always reach back to that whenever you need a login. Your email address, you can simply enter that. Search engine visibility, we don't need to touch that because we want the search engines to simply crawl into our website and rank our pages automatically. But in some cases, if you don't want search engine to scroll through your website, then simply discourage it. Simply install. So the installation process has been completed. Now, as you see, we have already in the login window. So let's click the login and try to add those details. My username, my password, remember me, and hit login. Okay. So we have simply successfully installed a fresh WordPress copy on our local environment so that we can simply upgrade the security. So first thing first, I have this document ready for you where you need to follow these 12 steps so that it will be very hard to simply crack your WordPress. Okay. So first thing is disable the file editor. As you can see by default, you can simply, if you are in the admin panel, you can simply go to this and this, we can simply edit the files. I'm not quite sure it is. Yes, it's not there. It's in the tools theme files editor. Okay, here you can simply edit anything from into the code, whatever you want. It is the all the file structure ready. Okay, so let's go back there. First, you need to open the wp-config file. So simply open this. So here it is, wp-config file. Open into the editor. And the second thing, we need to add this. Define disallow file edit. It will automatically stop anyone from the admin panel to edit the file. If you want to edit the code, you simply go back to the code. Okay. Simply define it to the bottom where anything else. So we can paste it here. Simply save it. And now if you go back to the dashboard and try to refresh it, and go back to the tools, you will see there is no plugin file editor version available and no uh, theme file editor version here. Okay, so we have successfully disabled them both. Okay, so next thing is you need to block the PHP execution in the uploaded folder. So basically, some people do that. They upload some executable files into your upload folder through the help of plugin, because we use third-party plugins and it all the time in the WordPress environment. So that way, you need to secure this as well. Simply go to WP content, go to uploads. You need to create a htaccess file here. Okay. So let me just okay, open this project into there. So now view sidebar. Let's open the sidebar so we can easily see it. Okay. Simply open the WP content, WP uploads, right click on it and create a new file. Simply save htaccess. Okay. So we have successfully created the htaccess file, and now you need to copy these three lines and simply paste it here and click on save and simply close. So that particular file will safeguard your upload folder. Okay, deny from all access, particularly related to PHP files. Okay. Third thing, you need to protect your WP config file itself. So no one can get access to your WP config file and simply try to gain all the login credentials from there. So simply use this file code into your root htaccess file. Here you can see we are on the root project, and here you will see we do have the htaccess file. Okay, simply paste at the void very end. So that will automatically protect your wp config file. Okay, simply save it and try to refresh it. Make sure everything works smoothly. It's not works because we are in the local environment. So that's why we need to remove this as well. But once you upload those files to a particular server connected to a domain, then you need to edit that code to make sure everything works smoothly without any issue. Okay, so let me just roll back and now move on to the point number 4. So here we need to change the database table prefix. So this we have already figured it out. We already added our initials to the database prefix, so we don't need to worry about that as well. So simply refresh it. So maybe this will be works perfectly now. So here, let me just open the database. Here we have the prefix ASBWP underscore. You can write all your own initials, or you can write based on the project so that no one can guess it. Okay, fourth point is also done. So now we need to secure the secret keys. Okay, so from the WP config file, we need to define these keys. So let's open the WP config file and try to find these keys. So here we have this authentication key, secure auth key, and once that logged in key and nonce key. Logged in key and nonce key. You need to secure those as well. Okay. So these are already in a fresh WordPress install, but once you need to rotate these as like a monthly basis so that it will automatically keep your WordPress installation fully secure. Okay. So let's move on to the next point. Point number 6. You need to go back to your theme functions file and disable this. So simply copy this filter. In our case, we are using the default theme 2025. So go back to the functions.php and add this code to the very bottom. So we can add this here. Okay. Simply close it, go back to our project, hit refresh. So make sure everything works smoothly without any issue. So keep in mind, whenever you edit some security purpose code or something else into your code, you need to make sure that this first thing is everything is saved perfectly. Second thing, everything works smoothly on the front end side as well. Okay, and make sure on at the back end side as well. So it is. So let's move on to the next point. So here is the seventh point: hide your WordPress version number. This is also a very like a typical kind of thing. So as you scroll down to the bottom, you will see the version number that you are using of the particular WordPress CMS. Okay. So for that, you need to copy this and paste this in your functions file. So simply paste it here, simply save it, go back to there and refresh it. It will automatically keep this secure. Okay. So that no one from the third party can easily understand this. Once you log in into the WordPress admin file, you will automatically see this. Otherwise, there is no one can see that. So now let's go back to the another version. File number 8, disable login error hints. So when some people try to like log in and they don't get the exact password and username for that, so we don't need any hints so that they can easily identify it or guess it. Okay. For that case, simply copy this, go back to functions and simply paste this. It will automatically simply return with the hint, replace the hint, whatever you have added the hint with the login field, please try again message. Okay. So we don't want this as well. So if you go to the user section and open the username, sorry, edit the user section, you will see there will be a, okay, there is no option for a hint here. But yeah, it is. So we have automatically saved, secured this project with this as well. So let's go back to the another file. So our point number 9 is wp-config. SSL proof. So make sure some people that do that they try to open your website without HTTPS so that they can easily get into that code, because HTTPS is a secure environment where you need to add a security layer over that. So make sure your admin panel will never be open without any HTTPS. Okay. So let's go back to WP config and paste this bottom there. So simply save it. There is no need for that. Let's check the front end and back end one more time. Working perfectly fine. Dashboard also works perfectly fine. Okay. It's refused to connect because we are in a local environment, and on our local environment we cannot use the SSL. Okay. So let me just comment this out. Simply save it. Now try to reload it. Front end would work perfectly fine, but for the admin panel we need that. Okay. So it will be simply automatically updated. So let's remove this perfectly. Now go back to the point next. Limit login attempts. So for this particular type of function, when you enter your password like 2 times, 3 times, 10 times, 100 times, 200 times, you need to add a limit so that user won't go back or to that particular time. Okay. So for that, people simply use third-party plugins to secure the login attempts. But with this code, we can simply log in attempt to our using this codes in our theme function file. So let's go back there, paste the code, and simply. So it will authenticate the mode header, and you can simply use the attempts plus this, and it will automatically restrict them from logging in. Okay. So it will be on 15 minutes gap, 30 minutes gap, an hour gap, so that they won't be try to do that. So currently the attempt number is 5. You can simply edit this to 2, 4, 10, or whatever you want. So now go back to the point number 11. You need to add this in your htaccess as well. So simply, it won't go back to file and try to gain access from whatever ways that it can. Okay, simply copy this, go back to your htaccess file and simply paste it. We are not in a like a working live environment, so we are not going to use that as well. So simply remove this, save it, and that's it. And one last thing, disable directory browsing. Some people will do browse their directory with the root htaccess, so we need to restrict this as well. Simply paste this, and simply you won't be able to hack through the directory. Okay, so these types of things can be secured. So maybe okay, we need to remove this. So now as you see, we have successfully removed the HTTPS. Now it's perfectly working fine. Okay. So these are the 12 points that can help you to secure your WordPress project so that no third party hacker or anyone else can simply gain access to your code and try to manipulate it based on their own agenda. Okay. That's it for now. Let's wrap up. So I will paste these 12 points in the description to the video. So you can simply copy paste the code and use it according into your project so that your project can get better be secure. Okay. Today we understand how we can secure our WordPress project code so that it will be very hard for anyone to crack the out and try to find a loophole to get access to our code. And for that we have not used any third party plugins. We just use tricks, some htaccess codes and wp-config codes and function codes so that our code is fully secure. So that's it for now. If you have any question, any comment, something doesn't add up, simply comment it out. I will try to get back to you if this clear things up for you. I really like it. See you there. Take care. Happy learning.